What's up, family, friends, and foes? It's your girl, Philly Cigar Joint.
And your guy, Chief, bringing you another episode of Sticks, Brims, and Stilettos. So you know what time it is. Grab your glasses and your sticks, and let's get ready to smoke another hot topic.
So welcome back, family, friends, and foes, to another segment of Sticks, Brims, and Stilettos. So as you can see, Chief and I are dressed to the nines. Thank you very much. We are coming in from a gala, very nice gala.
Very nice gala.
But it was heavy on our hearts this evening because, just so you all know, right now it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Well, actually, yeah, because time goes back.
Yeah.
Tonight, it's daylight savings time. Actually, it's going back right now. So, yep, 1 o'clock.
Well, technically it's
2 a.m.
2.
But
for real, it's 2 a.m. So we're going to stick with 2 a.m., the time that it really is right now. But we wanted to do this show this evening because, I got to say, man, I'm really starting to feel some type of way about these videos that I continuously see on social media concerning the black woman, single black woman,
and the black man.
I'm gonna be honest, and I'm just talking from my heart, really. This is not a scripted show, and we came in this evening, and we are both very tired, but it was heavy on my heart. And I said, you know what, we had got into a conversation, and I said we need to do the show tonight.
Yeah.
Chief is like, let's do it. He said, let's do it tonight.
Let's do it while it's on our mind and on our hearts.
I'm quite sure everybody knows about the Cheesecake Factory girl.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look.
Are you're recording me?
Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Oh, okay.
So,
yes, let's talk about it. About it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date? Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. When you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted.
And I'm going to put this disclaimer out. We found out that that was a sketch. It was all scripted. However, that particular video or incident may have been scripted, but unfortunately, we have a lot of black women who live by those rules. And it's really disheartening, it's concerning, it's saddening that a woman, or it really doesn't matter what race you are, because I don't want to make this a race thing. I really don't. However, we have gotten to a point in society where social media has really, has altered a lot of folks' true value of themselves, if I can say it like that. A lot of people have developed this inflated value of themselves. For you to say that the Cheesecake Factory is not good enough for you for a first date. Then it was another video that came out where I don't want to monopolize the time, but I want to get this out.
No,
I'm gonna let you speak.
I want to hear from a woman's perspective.
Oh, thank you.
Because I definitely have a man's perspective.
Yeah, because I'm just scratching surface right now. Because as a woman, I'm pissed. Okay. About the way some of these women are putting these requirements on men for a first date. Now, it was a whole nother video where I don't know who it was, but some women came up with this list of where a man is not supposed to take a woman on a first date.
Yeah.
Chicks got together and put out a list of places you can't go on first date.
Am I paying?
Yeah, you paying. But it was
paying?
like, bro, they had cheese. I can't take you to Cheesecake Factory?
I'm paying.
You paying.
The fuck you got a list?
They had a list. You can't take me like to no hangouts. I think it was like Waffle House is one of them. Like I kind of respect Waffle House. One of them was to get drinks. You can't go on a first date to get drinks.
That's the goal.
I'm just trying to tell you.
Feed your greedy ass.
But they got together. It's a long list too. It's more than like 20 things or like 20 things of things you cannot, places you can't go for a first date.
And I am purchasing. It's on me. My
It's on
tab.
you.
And you're gonna tell me where to pay to take you. And I'm driving.
Yes.
So I'm paying for gas. I'm paying for the meals, drinks, whatever.
Yep.
You're not pulling your ragged ass, dust ass wallet out. You're gonna tell me why I can't take you?
Yeah.
Man, you kiss my fucking ass. I'll tell you that much. You talking about the Cheesecake Factory girl. You know how it done? Because she talking about she's not getting out of the car. I would have called the police.
It said she was trespassing?
I would have said, she's not getting out of my vehicle, sir. You need to get her out of my car with your big greedy ass. Get out my car. I don't understand, man. That's
Yeah.
And it's just gotten out of hand. So let me speak to you, Chief, as a man, and specifically as a black man, because, you know, unfortunately, this has been very dominant, or it's very pronounced in the black community when it comes to the black woman. What are your thoughts on some of this foolery? That's what I have to call it, foolery, that is going on right now in the black community when it comes to black women with their requirements for the first date.
I think you touched on the social media piece. Yeah. Creating these alternative realities.
False narratives.
Yeah. Yeah. False narratives.
Right.
But I tell you what, and as much as the situation with the Cheesecake Factory, evidently it's looking like it was scripted. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of besides the point.
It is.
If you go into the comments under the original video, mm-hmm. and you see the people co-signing,
right,
the women co-signing that situation, that's the scary part. The scary part is not that whole scripted piece. Now, I want to be fair, because I read through those comments. There were a large number of women who were opposed to what they saw in the video. But there was an equally large number of women who were co-signing what, in my estimation, that foolishness. And it's kind of funny because our very first show, folks that watched our very first show, we touched on that way back in early September. Actually, we did our first show at the end of August. We published it the 1st of September. But we touched on that, and we talked about it from a personal perspective about when you and I met. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I have 3 sons, and I have a 30-year-old daughter. And
you're telling your age, Chief.
That's okay. I'm listen.
I'm just joking.
Hey,
you still look good, babe.
Well,
you still
thank
look
you.
good. Oh God, go ahead.
But anyway, when I think about my 30-year-old daughter, and I think about my 34-year-old son, my 25-year-old son, and my 16-year-old son, these are very adversarial expectations.
Yes.
These are adversarial expectations. And I don't know who came up with this. So I have my theory on a lot of what I'm seeing right now. I have my theory on the deliberateness of the delivery, the audience,
Yes.
the deliberateness of the audience that it's being cast to, and the cast of characters who are playing this situation out.
Right.
And so what that does for me, it draws the why. Because this stuff ain't reality.
I think you're going too deep for some people, but we need to go there
Let's
because
scratch
this is
it. Let's go
such
deep.
a important topic because social media or I have to say social media. It seems like they're pitting the men against the women in the black community. And they're drawing a wedge in between the growth, the black love, the relationship, the marriage, all the positive things that we could have and that some of us do have. They're trying to diminish that. They're trying to squash that. And the quickest way to do that is by having false narratives, false scenarios,
false expectations.
false expectations. And unfortunately, some of us, and again, I don't want to make it a racial thing, but some of us, we are so quick to believe everything that we say. And one thing that really gets under my skin is when people don't do their own research. They don't do their own due diligence. Because I will say, I was guilty of that. I thought it was real. But for those of you who don't know, Chief going to get to the bottom of it because he is Mr. Researcher. I mean, seriously, he researches everything. Is blue really blue? Is red really red? Let me research that. So because you had that inquisitive mind, I mean, I have an inquisitive mind too, but it's good to see that, some folks was able to call that out. But unfortunately, it was a large majority of black women who, oh yeah, girl, because I wish a man would take me to a Cheesecake Factory. Here's my thing though. In that video, I mean, and even if it was a false narrative, you need to come stronger next time. Cause sis said my apartment. She ain't say my condo. She ain't say my home. She said my apartment. So what does that tell you? Apartment equals rent. Not home ownership, not something as you stated is bringing in equity. It's creating equity for her.
And so I want to say two things. That's in no way to diminish anyone who lives in an apartment or any rental style home, right?
Not.
However you provide a roof over your head. However, there is a duality to what your lifestyle is and what your expectation is.
There you go.
What your expectation is to someone who's not providing for what your current lifestyle is, but what your expectation is from them above and beyond. But I do want to touch on the research piece. I don't think some of this stuff that we're seeing requires a whole lot of external research, right? All I had to do when I look at stuff like that is research my own heart. Research my own intrinsic feelings, research my own self-value, right? And where I will be willing to draw the line. And so, in as much as there were people who were co-signing that, I think that people that have real serious introspection are not falling for that foolishness.
And that's a good point. And I want to pause it there because I have good sense. I'm a homeowner. I'm college educated. I have a master's degree. I make great money. I make decent money. I'm self-sufficient. I don't need a man. I love the fact that I have one, But for me, and I think this goes true. I think this is true for a lot of women out. I hate it. And unfortunately, when you say independent woman now, it has such a negative connotation to it. So I just gotten into the habit of saying self-sufficient. When you're a self-sufficient woman, right? Stick with me. Follow me where I'm going. a man who has material things, most of the time we ain't impressed with that. I don't care if it's a Bentley, if it's a Beamer, whatever. For me, that's cute. You know, for me, it's cute. But show me the substance of the man. You know, material things can come and go. But your character is a permanent part of you. So for me, first dates, I like to take it light. You know, I have had first dates, cigar lounge, like where we met. But even for me, if I meet a male, if I was single, and ladies, just hear me out now. Just hear me out. If you meet a man and you find yourself attracted to him, and don't look forward to or don't expect for him to take you to a 5-star restaurant, because guess what? You may get to that restaurant and you may be like oil and water. Now you got to sit through this you may have a lovely meal, but you're not truly enjoying it because you're not enjoying the company that you have. So, you know, for me, let's go have a drink, or let's go to Starbucks. Let's get some tea. Let's go get some coffee. Let's have some dialogue. Let's see if we have a connection first before we truly start to go out and plan a first date. Because for me, if you go from meeting somebody and then going on the first date, really, to me, that's still getting to know somebody to see whether or not you two even gel. Not on a romantic level. How about just on a friendship level? How about on a connection level, period? So for me, instead of wasting all that time and energy, go have a cup of coffee. Go for a walk. You know, do something that doesn't take a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy. Because at this point, you're really just trying to see if you have a connection with this person.
Yeah, and I think for people who are creating these lists, and for me, it's just absolutely, positively ridiculous. And like, I don't, you know, we're in the social media atmosphere by virtue of having this podcast. So we're scouring social media, we're scouring the net, we're looking at content, we're observing content, and we're presenting content. So I'm really not seeing other groups of people behaving like this.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing Asian women creating a list for Asian men.
Ooh, you gonna get backlash for that, bro.
I'm not seeing.
But it's real.
I'm not seeing
Hispanic. You're not seeing white.
I'm not seeing other cultures.
Right. Yeah.
All over the internet. And let me tell you something. Here's the irony of that. Because here is true statistical data. We have a large amount of disposable income in the Black community. That's already been proven.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But when it comes to net worth, assets, right? And when it comes to what we leave our families.
And creating that legacy.
Trying to create generational wealth.
Right.
We lag behind just about all other cultures.
Yes.
So how are we as a people measuring each other's value by that damn restaurant that you go to on a first date? That is offensive to a man like me.
Yes.
It's offensive.
Right.
Right? And it's not offensive because of the restaurant. It's not offensive because of whatever amount of money would be spent. It's offensive because more value is being placed on a damn menu and the name on the side of a building that I have no stake or ownership in, more value is being placed on that
Right.
than is being placed on me as a black man.
And a character.
My
Your
character
of a man.
my character, my substance,
Right. Your value.
my value, my ability, my ability to do a lot of things.
And you know, like we going down this road, we might as well keep traveling. Yo, put your seatbelt on, because unfortunately, too, it's a lot of women. How can I? That's not in the best financial state that require these significant requests.
Well, let's
if you
talk
will.
about that real quick.
Okay.
How about going to dinner with a man, and near the end of the dinner, you order 3 or 4 other meals, and you say that you're ordering those meals to take home to your children.
Oh, we're not gonna go there.
No, let's go there. No, let's go
No,
there.
I'm saying because
I mean, if you, let me tell you something. I love you
let me
dearly.
tell you, Chief.
I love you
Philly
dearly.
Cigar Joint almost turned into Philly Cigar Dude. Because I'm gonna tell you what you're not gonna do, woman or man. Because now you being my testosterone coming out. Because that right there.
Hold that testosterone on that bed.
Listen, no, because nothing gets under my skin even more. Like, to me, that is just total disrespect, disregard, and you're letting your date know. Well, your financial sponsor, because I'm not even gonna call this person a date.
Yeah,
this
at that point,
your financial sponsor, no, you here for the meals and not for the man.
Nah.
Yeah, that to me. But again, I'm telling you, it goes back to, for me, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, but I'm very observant, okay? And social media, I'm telling you, I'm not saying, I'm all that in a bag of chips, but I hold my own, okay?
You all that in a bag of chips to me.
Thank you, in a cream soda.
Yeah.
But seriously though, it's like you have these mediocre, and I'm gonna be blunt. You have these mediocre women living subpar, okay, but asking for the world on the first date. On the first date, and unfortunately, guess what? You have a lot of men who lead with their money.
Yes.
See, that's another topic for another show. When you have these men who lead with their money. Because they have this insecurity about themselves. So they like, yo, my wallet fat, so that's what I'm going to lead with. It's just so many things that we can talk about that hinders the black community from being united and really building that, like you say, building a true foundation so we can build that generational wealth. We can put our money into investments that is going to provide well, not only for us, for our kids, our grandkids. We're so focused on image, right?
We are.
We're so focused on image. I had a coworker, and this was so funny. It's funny how when you start to pay for things, how your mind starts to shift on certain things. So her son, I'm gonna say her name, Lavon. She's my coworker, and her son when he was younger, because he loved being designered down from the Air Jordans, the polo shirts, the designer jeans. So when he started working, she still bought. He still bought the polo shirts, whatever. And one day she saw him. He went to Walmart, and he got his jeans from Walmart. She was like, "Wait a minute." She was like, wait a minute, you wearing Walmart jeans? So they start to get wise and a little savvier when they got to pay for things. He said, well, Mom, check this out. He said, ain't nobody going to see the jeans. He said, because when you wear your polo shirts, they hang over your jeans. So you can't even see the brand of the jeans. So why would I go out and spend $150 and I can go to Walmart and I get the same jeans, look just as nice for $25? Well, so it's just crazy how, I don't know where I just went with that.
I don't know where you went with it, but that's okay. You're talking about Walmart jeans.
It's 2:00 in the morning, but you know where I went with that. Don't try to.
I
act like I'm
understand.
crazy.
I understand what you're saying. I mean, because it all goes back to value.
Value,
and it all goes
yes.
back, and it all goes back to image.
Image.
And for some people,
Yep.
the lack thereof,
Yep.
because if that's how you live your life. But again, I want to go back to my own children because if my sons are placed in a position where the expectation is they have to lead with their
wallet.
economic value and not be able to lead with who they are as young men and what they have to offer as men, because I know what I've poured into them. I certainly have not poured into them. Come here, sons, gather around. Let me tell
show
you.
you the latest materialistic
Let me
things.
show you. Let me show you how you materially gain the interest of a woman.
Right.
Let me show you how you economically gain the interest of a woman. Now, that being said, as a man, we want to be able to provide for and do things for our woman. We want to be effective leaders for our women. We want to be the example of what manhood is for our woman. Did you notice I kept saying our woman?
Yes.
So if you're not my woman and we're just meeting and we're going on a date for the first time, I am not going to allow, when I was dating, any woman to set unrealistic expectations for me.
Thank you for watching part 1 of First Date Unrealistic Expectations. This show was brought to you by Huck's Spirits. Huck's Spirits has the best sangria in the world. If you like to try it, please visit huckspirits.com and don't forget to use your promo code SBS. So stay tuned for next week's part 2 of First Date Unrealistic Expectations.